Hey guys, welcome to Urban Homesteading once again. It is Monday morning and we are going to be talking about some hot herbal fall teas that you guys can do for this season. Okay, you guys, so like I said, we're going to be talking about fall teas or winter teas that I absolutely love to make in the winter. I am not a super big coffee person. I would definitely drink coffee and like coffee, but I'm more of a tea person. So my favorite spice chai tea, so we're gonna start off with that. I buy all my teas either from Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, or I buy them on the bulk herb store from Shoshana, which I am going to link down below. Her pumpkin spice tea is amazing, as well as her herbal medicine teas. So we are going to do, I put my chai tea bag in here. I already boiled all the water for you guys, and what I do is I just stick a little bit of honey, maybe like a teaspoon of honey in there, and just leave that in there. So I got my honey on here, and then I just stick my hot water right on there and add some almond milk. And I do nutmeg or cinnamon as well, sprinkled on top. Now I use almond milk because I personally don't do dairy. So I like the unsweetened one, so you don't get an overpowering sweet taste. And I get this at Trader Joe's or Whole Foods as well. But yeah, I get this almond milk personally because it doesn't have any of the extra add-ins that aren't good for you in there, like a lot of the brands like to do from Walmart and cheaper places like that. That's just one thing I personally buy. That's more of the expensive side. I don't do soy milk because there's a lot of things in there that actually aren't very good for you, especially women to have soy milk. You have to be very careful in what you buy and what you use it for. So that's a whole other video, but we are going to just go with the dairy-free, unsweetened, organic almond milk. So I'm going to pour this hot water in here. Ouch. It's hot. And I don't have a tea kettle, so I always just boil in here. And honestly, a super easy thing I do is I just stick this cup under the Keurig and just do hot water. And then it's ready to go. That's honestly what I usually do if I'm running out of time or if I am on the go. I just stick some hot water in the Keurig and I stick my to-go coffee mug or this under there, and my tea's ready to go, and it can sit like my whole drive to work, and then I can, you know, have it. So we're just gonna pour that in there. Ooh, this looks good. And I just kind of stir it up. When it's getting really dark, I'll show you guys. And the next thing is it comes really off. And there you go. We're going to add some almond milk to that. And I add maybe, it really depends on how much milk you like, but I add really maybe 1/4 cup. And these couple steps I'm doing now is what I do for almost all my teas. So I'm just going to add a little bit of milk. And I'll show you guys this. See that? It looks really good, all that steam. And then I just sprinkle a little cinnamon or nutmeg on the top of that. Now, anyways, there you go. This is the spice chai tea. Super easy, super quick, and I save a lot of money during the winter holidays because I'm always wanting to go out and get hot drinks, and I do that. But when I go out, one tip I always do is I ask if they have anything other than regular milk. I do almond milk or coconut milk, because when you're out at a restaurant or you're out at a coffee shop, when they make it and they put the regular milk in there, if you just substitute the regular milk for almond milk or coconut milk, I personally have not tasted much of a difference. So like Starbucks or some coffee house I go to, I just do it for almond milk and I do a chai tea with almond milk, and it doesn't taste that much of a difference. You know, at home you might taste more of a difference because we're not like gourmet coffee baristas or anything, so you probably do taste a little bit different at home. But when you're out, just that easy, you know, substitute doesn't take much, and you're really getting a healthier choice as well. So we have our chai tea, spiced chai tea, and I'm actually going to save these all for later and slowly drink them. Now the chai tea, I like to make in the summertime a big pot. What I do is I stick the water boiling, and then I turn it completely off, and I add like 4 tea bags or depending on how much water, and I cover it and I let it steep for about 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes, and I actually add the honey in there while it's steeping, and then I just stick it in the fridge. Once it's cooled down and it's iced, ready to go, I can add the almond milk as I'm about to walk out the door. So that's a really good idea as well. I do that all the time in the summertime. Now the next thing I want to do is the pumpkin spice tea. I actually need to fill this one up, but I keep it in a mason jar because it comes in packages like this, so this is just a little easier for me. But this is a pumpkin spice chai tea, and we put a cinnamon stick in there. You can see, yeah, you can put a cinnamon stick in there as well. And I buy this off Shoshana's website, bulk herb store. So I'm going to link that down below, and this is a really, really good one. You make it exactly like I did the chai tea, you know, I just put this and hot water in there. I had some honey and some of my milk, and honestly this one I do like doing the almond milk personally, but I do have where I have some people like to do half and half, and they say it's much more like a creamier latte if you do the half and half, and if you can do dairy. I'm going to do 2 teas more on the herbal medicine side, a ginger tea and an adult composition tea. The ginger tea is anytime I feel like I'm woke up with a scratchy throat or I'm not feeling too well, instead of making my chai tea before I go off to work, I just make a ginger tea, and I make it the same way, except I personally don't put cream in there. So, and I buy the tea bags because it's just easy. So I grab my mug and I just stick my tea bag in there. I just stick my tea bag in there, and I put some honey because the honey is really good for a sore throat anytime. And I just have this honey, put it in there, and I pour some hot water over it. There you go. And just stir it around and let it steep. And this ginger tea is going to be really good for your sore throat or your, you know, scratchy throat or not feeling good. It's going to be really good for your immune system to build that up. Now you can make one with fresh ginger. I have actually made a fresh ginger one, like the steps of it, in another video. If you go down to my playlist talking about medicines, then and I'll link that down below as well, you can see how I make it with fresh ginger and a little bit more of the medicinal teas. You'll learn a little bit more of that. Now almond milk is really great in this, but if you do dairy, I would not suggest having dairy when you aren't feeling too well, because if you do dairy when you're not feeling too well, that's just another thing your body has to try to break down and digest, along with heavy foods, and the dairy really feeds to the congestion you have. So what I would do is just eat more simpler foods, more veggies, stuff like that, teas without a lot of milk or dairy in them, so that your body can really get yourself better and focus on that. So this is your ginger tea. I personally, like I said, is my go-to is my chai tea for like a pleasurable tea, and my ginger tea is really great for a sore throat. And then if you're not feeling it, like almost not sore throat where you would have the ginger tea, but more like I'm gonna get the flu or I'm not feeling very good, along with taking the double E when you're not feeling very good, the tincture, which we will do a video on that soon, promise. I would make a double E or adult composition tea. I have had people say like, well, I'm sick but my tincture is not ready yet, what can I do? Along with the vitamins that I've heard. Now this is what I would do. I would take a double E tea. I would make that with lots of honey because this is the same exact thing in the tincture. Now the tincture is just going to get it to your system faster because the double E is more potent and it's just going to go straight to your system quicker, but this is going to help you as well because it's the same exact herbs, it's just in a tea form. Now for the double E tea, I do suggest a tea ball. Let me get another mug. Now there's several different things I use. We have the tea ball like this, and there's smaller ones actually for like $2 at Walmart, but this is one of the bigger ones to get more in here. And you really just stick your tea in there. Oops, I'll show you. So what you do is you just stick your tea in the tea ball. So I'm gonna, it smells like medicine. I'm gonna just stick some tea in the tea ball like that. And I'm just gonna clasp it and close it. And I'm going to just stick that in my teacup. But see that? You just have your tea ball in there and the leaves, and it's basically acts as the tea bag. Now there's other things such as like these ones you can set in, and it has the handles and you can set it in there and it steeps through it, and this just sits in the water. Make sure this sits in the water to steep that tea as long as you need to. And then there's also these cool things, and it's a teacup, but it has this filter in it, so you just fill it with hot water in here, and you put the tea in there. So you would just fill it with hot water, stick the filter in, and that's a lot. I should probably not do that much, that's going to be very strong. But anyways, you do that and just let it sit for a good 10 minutes. Now the longer you let it sit, the better. As you're drinking it, let the tea ball sit in there. It's really good for you. So what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to use honey. Honey is a great property to use all the way around in anything. So you're going to stick the honey in there and stick it in there and pour the hot water over it, and you have your cup of double E tea or adult composition tea. Now I would take this I would drink this at any time in the winter that I'm not feeling very well, that I still have to go to work, I still have to do my day. Depending on what kind of sickness I'm feeling, I would take this adult composition tea or the double E tea, or I would do this ginger tea. Now those are more medicinal ones, but like I said, the spice chai tea latte and the pumpkin spice chai tea latte, or the pumpkin spice latte, is great. Those are my favorite. The last tea I wanted to talk to you guys about, I don't know if I buy it more for winter or summer, but it's a really good tea to have to make for when you have people come over and stuff like this. This is a toasted peach tea, and it smells so good, and it comes in a bag like this, so it is great. It is so cute, and it comes fresh, so you will have to use your tea ball or your tea strain for this one. Oh, it smells like peach for sure. So it's a very smooth, like rich flavoring, and it definitely is like a toasted peachy taste. And this one I don't put as much honey in, but to sweeten it up, I definitely would use a monk fruit, and not the powdered one, but the granulated one. And this one's really great. This is a half pound, what the half pound bag looks like if you are looking on their website. But I would definitely read up on each one before you buy it. For example, each one has benefits for you, even though it's a pleasurable thing to drink. So this one has it's fully loaded of vitamins and minerals and antioxidants, and so it's super good for you, even though it is a pleasurable drink to have. So this is the one I like as well if people come over to offer them that. Now, a lot of people ask where I buy my teas, and it really depends on the tea. So my pumpkin spice, I do buy that from Shoshana's website, the bulk herb store, which I will link down below, and then I buy my chai tea at Whole Foods. Now there's this store that's really good with all different types of herbs, teas, spices, just different things, and you can make your own small package of like a personalized type, or it is a really good place to just really get familiar with the different teas. Now I'm actually going there, so I'm going to show you guys when I'm going there, what it's all about and kind of talk to you guys about it. So I definitely want to take you guys with me on that, and we can just kind of explore a few more different tea options. Now, some people like really, really sweet teas. Now, I personally do buy organic sugar, but I don't like to use sugar. So I have found, well, my mom found and introduced to me a really good sweetener. It's not sugar, it's a replacement for sugar, but it doesn't have all the bad stuff that sweet and low and all those replacements do have, and it's called monk fruit. Sugar, well, it's not sugar, so it's monk fruit. And do not buy it powdered, because that comes in like a powdered sugar type form. It comes, when you do the monk fruit, it comes in like an actual grated sugar type form. And it's really good for you, and it sweetens your coffee. You don't even need that much. Like, I think I put like a couple pinches or just a pinch in my cup about this size, and it's super good, and it sweetens it up, and I couldn't have found a better one. She found it. It's great, and we buy it at Whole Foods. Hey guys, so I actually wanted to show you guys a store that carries all different kinds of teas, spices, salt, pepper, and they're actually all organic. They just can't, the lady told me they just don't label them because it's a whole nother ball game to do that, but they all organic. And so anyways, it's really good to go in there, and if you want to make specific blends. I personally don't buy tons of stuff from there just because it is kind of expensive, but what I do is I go in there and smell and get a sense of the different things I do like, and then I go on the bulk herb store or the other natural websites where I can get them in bulk and for cheaper, because my goal is to get it the cheapest I can. So I go on there, and I'm gonna link those below as well as this store so you can get familiar, and they're actually in California, Florida, South Carolina, they're all over, and I'll kind of link all the locations too if I can find that. And so what's great is you can go in there, ask questions, really get a sense of what the herb does or smell like, or just get familiar with them if you're not too familiar, or if you want to know what they're about before you go and buy it online. So I know I like to do that. Even taste them. They have taste testers and everything, so it's absolutely great. So I'm gonna take you guys in there and show you guys about that today. Say hey, Mom. Hey. Also, they actually have tea tasting parties, so you guys can go like upstairs and try the different teas before you even buy them, which is really cool. Or even buy them online. That's pretty neat. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe down below if you are interested in getting more videos like this, more simpler, more healthy tips, and living an everyday busy lifestyle. Thank you guys so much for watching today, and we'll see you next Monday.